My beautiful friends, let's do a reading. I did get a download for this reading, and it was about someone who is wearing a mask. So I wrote down someone is acting like they don't care. So whoever you're connected to could be acting like they don't care, or they don't miss you. They could seem really unfazed. And I was hearing the song I Ain't Missing You at All, which the lyrics of that song, you know, it's kind of a guy in denial. Who's saying, I ain't missing you at all since you've been gone. But in reality, he is missing the love interest in that song. I was also getting some dates, December 18th, December 8th, January 8th, and those are all upcoming. So I'd like to look what's coming in the next 2 months for you with this connection. I also have August 1st, and then the years 1988, 1983, and 1964. I also wrote down the name John. Initials JGMCAKHTSI. And then I was hearing the song, I Don't Want to Wait in Vain for Your Love. And I almost feel like the song, I Ain't Missing You at All, is connected to your person. And the song, I Don't Want to Wait in Vain for Your Love, is connected to you. So we're going to see what's happening here. I'm just going to grab a few more initials before I begin. So if you don't like the sound of the initials or the charms, turn your volume down. This is your chance. You've been warned. Turn your volume down. I'm feeling much better. I'm still a little sick though. So we have V, A, F, S, K, M, W, E, I, V, N, Q, P, X, B, L, D, I, V, G, E, C. And I believe those were the ones I channeled. Yeah, all of those came up. All right. So I'm actually going to grab one pin for you. So let's see. I want to know how this person is feeling about you. So let's grab a tarot pin. How is this person feeling about you? The Empress. Wow. Oh my goodness. So divine feminine energy, this person sees you as the Empress. Also, I'm not saying they know what Empress is, but we know what Empress energy is, and it's I do not chase, I attract. So this person could be feeling like you're no longer chasing them. They clearly see you as a divine feminine, someone very down to earth, someone very nurturing, caring, magical, I'm hearing. So that's beautiful. And I'm just going to grab a couple of charms, just a few. Turn your volume down. All right, I just grabbed a few. So we do have the guitar, so music could be symbolic. The guitar is also about vibration, like raising your vibration, raising your frequency. We have the pink moon, so the song Pink Moon could be symbolic. Also, divine feminine energy, pink, very feminine, connected to love. And I got this new, it's like a Celtic moon, divine feminine energy. We have a horse, free-spirited, chariot energy. You could be working on meditation, physical strength. Again, you could be a free spirit. We have the starfish. So the starfish coming out, this person could find that you're very beautiful. One thing I hear with the starfish too is that this person could have thought that, I don't know why I'm hearing this, that it was, I feel like maybe you tried to help this person heal because the starfish is also connected to healing. And they could have thought by being around you, that would have been enough to heal them. But healing is a journey and a choice that we need to make for ourselves. We can't heal anyone else. So you could have a very healing energy. You could also be reconnecting to your dream right now. Maybe you put things on the back burner and for this connection, for this person. And now they feel like you're reconnecting to those things that you kind of prioritized them over, your hobbies, your friendships. We also have a love potion, and it's pink again, so pink could be very symbolic. You could be in feminine energy for sure. It says number 5 on it, which is Hierophant energy. Perfume could be symbolic. We have a black seahorse, divine masculine energy. The seahorse can be a sign of counterparts or lovers' energy, and the fact that it's black, it's giving me divine masculine energy. And then we have the wheel of fortune, or a ship's wheel could be symbolic. All right, so maybe that came out with the seahorse, so maybe there's adjustments that this divine masculine needs to make. So we're going to start with this little black deck and see what's happening in the collective that I'm channeling. And then we'll get into how this person is feeling about you. I wanted to do a feelings reading because, like I said, I was hearing someone who's hiding how they're truly feeling. I'm wondering if the happily single, living in the moment card is going to come out, and the mask card, because that's kind of what I was hearing, that this person looks like they're doing really well, like they're unbothered, but really they're not. Really they are bothered. Also, you could be living in the moment right now, and maybe that's bothering them, that you seem unfazed. I'm just going to shuffle one more time. Self-indulgence, time to heal, self-worth. So you could be really focused on your self-worth right now. I like that. All right, so let's see. Let's cut the deck. And what do we have? We have the chaser on the bottom. So perhaps, you're no longer chasing this person, is what I was hearing, because they're seeing you as the Empress, and the Empress does not chase. The Empress does not chase, does not try to convince someone of their worth. So let's see what's happening between you and this person. What's happening between you and this person? I'm not going to take that clump of cards that came out, but one came out, so I'll take it. All right, so we have twin flame, and I was getting divine feminine, divine masculine energy. So twin flame, you could resonate with being a twin flame. Self-indulgence, which is what this journey is about. It's about focusing on yourself. It's about focusing on your self-worth, learning how to put up healthy boundaries, healing, shadow work, self-appreciation, working on your mission. So right now it looks like you and this person, I want to say you for sure, are indulging in yourself right now, giving to yourself, focused on self, focused on your self-worth, time to heal, shadow work, appreciation. We do have the dragonfly, so something's coming to light here. Adapt, change, and heal. So perhaps through this separation, you are learning to adapt and heal and focus on yourself. I saw something very... I want to mention a comment that I saw, not to complain about the comment, but just to get this message out. If you are waiting to do something, if you're waiting to do something because you're waiting to see if your counterpart comes back, that's not a good idea. So one thing that I was hearing was like, if you're waiting to start working on yourself because you're waiting to see if this person comes back, not a good idea. You should start working on yourself now. If you're waiting to start your mission because you're waiting to see if this person is going to come back, not a good idea. Hang on. If you are in a connection with someone that you don't, like if you're in a connection and you're staying there for safety out of fear of being alone and not wanting to leave because you're waiting to see if your twin flame will come back, not a good idea. And I say that with love for you. You shouldn't be waiting for anything based on your counterpart. It causes resistance. But anyway, things coming to light through this separation. You could be trying to remain lighthearted with the dragonfly. And the dragonfly, you know, I started thinking about those things when I saw the dragonfly. So the dragonfly spends most of its life underwater in darkness, and then it gets called to go to the light, crawl above the surface. It has no idea how beautiful it is up above the surface. But you can't wait down in the dark for, you know, your counterpart to give you the signal from the light, like, oh, come up here, like, I'm here now. Now you can come up. You're meant to go up by yourself. You're meant to ascend. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm making any sense, but we'll see what else comes out. So twin flame. Twin flame. Twin flame. Twin flame. Not today. Not today. Not dealing hurt, avoiding conversation, avoiding reaching out to you. Boundaries. And that could be you too. You could be in the energy. Yes! Everything happens for a reason. You could be, yes, that makes so much sense. Underneath not today, we have healthier choices. So if your counterpart isn't in a healthy energy, you're probably in the energy of not today, like not until they're in a healthier energy, because you are the Empress and you know you don't let unhealthy energy into your energetic bubble is what I'm hearing. So you could have boundaries up, and boundaries, healthy boundaries, that is self-care. That's healthier choices. It also says making healthy choices in love and in life, self-love, self-care, being happier. So you could also find, you know, with counterparts, when they're not aligning, there can be a lot of friction. There can be a lot of disagreements. When those shadows are being triggered, there can be a lot of arguments, a lot of defensiveness sometimes, and it can be very draining. And then when you're in separation, after, you know, the chaser gets over the sadness, right? Because chasers feel it right away. In the separation, they feel that pain right away, whereas the runners take some time to feel it. After a while, when the dust settles, you start to feel lighter because you're not in that like butting heads energy type of thing. And you could even be in the energy where you don't want this person to bring your energy down, right? Not today. Healthy boundaries. I'm focusing on myself, self-indulgence. So I like that. But underneath twin flames, we have ascending, and that's what I meant with the dragonfly. That's what I meant about people saying, well, I'll wait to book that trip until I see if my counterpart's coming back. I'll wait to leave that relationship or that unhappy marriage until my counterpart chooses me. That's not, I understand it. Believe me, I understand it. But at some point you have to make that decision for yourself, not based on someone else's journey. And ascending, the point of the twin flame journey is to help you ascend into your higher self, to awaken to your spiritual gifts, to awaken to your mission. So right now, transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, beautiful. It does say preparing for union. But part of preparing for union is you evolving into that divine feminine energy, learning healthier boundaries. All right, self-indulgence. What are you healing here? Self-indulgence. I feel like you're very focused on yourself right now because I feel very focused on you. It's also, that's too many. That's too many. I'm going to take the top one. Separation underneath. So the initial S could be symbolic, T, D, A. But sunglasses, so somebody's watching you. As I was talking about focus, I feel like looking at these cards, I'm very focused on you. And to me, that's a sign that you're focused on yourself right now. And I was just saying that this person, it's a sign that they're focused on you as well. But this is watching. Sunglasses, so they're watching you from a distance. Also, there could have been gaslighting here that caused a separation. because we have separation here as well underneath sunglasses. So someone who you're in separation with is watching you. But I was confirming this card right here. So someone is watching you focus on yourself and make healthier choices. Maybe you're making healthier choices. It's said in love and in life. So maybe you are eating healthier. Maybe you're working out. Having boundaries and being more conscientious of who you let into your energy, because especially empaths need to learn how to protect their energy, because people will just suck the life out of an empath. But the fact that this card says perception and gaslighting, and you have this self-indulgence here, that's exactly what I was talking about with the energy of when you are triggering each other, and we have mirror underneath separation. So when you're triggering each other's wounds that need to be healed, it can really affect your energy. And if you're dealing with someone who was so fixated on their perception that they weren't willing to see their own wounds, they weren't willing to look in the mirror, that can make you question yourself. Like, it can cause self-doubt. It can cause emotional burnout. And that's kind of what I was hearing, that you're in the energy where you're in a much healthier energy, a much clearer headspace. The dragonfly, froggy in my throat, releasing, cleansing, healing. That perhaps, right now you don't even want to talk to this person unless they've healed, unless they've done the work. But I feel like this person is very focused on you. Let's see what the dragonfly is about. So like, if you've been on this journey for a while, maybe now the dragonfly thing's coming to light. Maybe now you're just reaching the surface, or you're seeing the rewards for all the work you've been putting into self-love and self-appreciation. Maybe your confidence is growing. Maybe you're starting to understand what this journey is really about. Maybe your mission is coming to light. The dragonfly. The runner. The runner. So what could be coming to light for you? Again, I'm so focused on you. What could be coming to light for you? Being lighthearted, finding out things coming to light, adapt, change, heal, is you could be realizing there's no point chasing a runner. You're never going to catch them. They need to stop running themselves. You can tell them to stop running. You can try and hold on to them. You can try and control the outcome, but that runner needs to stop running by themselves. And maybe what's coming to light for you is you're realizing, I almost said finally, you're finally realizing that this person wasn't running from you. They were running from their own reflection. They weren't running from you. They were running from what they needed to heal in order to ascend to be with you. And you don't want to go back down and lower your standards just to keep a runner in your energy. So you could be, I was talking about that for a reason. You could be that dragonfly that maybe you were waiting as the tiny little nymph creature. Maybe you were waiting to go up to the surface until you could go up there together with your runner. And now I feel like it's coming to light that you have to do this on your own. And if it's meant to be, that runner will stop running and ascend with you. And I'm not saying they aren't ascending. I'm very focused on you right now. All right, so I just want to get a few cards. I want to see if Spirit will tell me about your person, because I've been so focused on you. Show me this runner. And what I mean, here we go. What I mean by you're realizing this person wasn't running from you, they were running from themselves, is a lot of the time people internalize that. They internalize being rejected. They internalize their person picking a third party over them. They think, well, what was wrong with me? What does that person have that I don't have? And they actually internalize that rejection. Why are they running from me? What's wrong with me? Nothing's wrong with you except that you were reflecting back, and it's not even wrong with you, but you were reflecting back what they needed to heal. And there could have been, there definitely, I don't know what these two cards are here, but the golden mirror just came out. So I feel like you were mirroring back to them some of their golden mirror tendencies, which can be, you know, I was hearing gaslighting, them being self-absorbed, them having narcissistic tendencies. I'm not saying they're a narcissist. It was more of a one-sided relationship. So you were giving and they were just taking. So they have the golden mirror coming out. So fingers crossed, something good is underneath these cards. We have not enough. So it was coming from a place of lack of confidence, self-sabotage, fear and ego issues. And I'm not here to condone bad behavior, but usually when someone gaslights, it's because it is coming from a place of ego or a place of self-sabotage. Like, this person does not feel enough for you. Think about that pin that I pulled. I pulled the Empress. And right now this person, I don't know what this card is, but we have the golden mirror and not enough. So clearly they don't feel like they're enough for you right now. And that could be why they're watching you in silence, in secret, because they see you evolving. And maybe you know, hit your limit, I'm hearing. Maybe you finally realize that you deserve better. Oh, yes. Yes. Look at what we have coming out for them. That is amazing. And I always love when the butterfly and the dragonfly come out together. There's something, I don't know what it is, but for me, there's something magical because it shows two transformations. You're the dragonfly. You're realizing that their running had nothing to do with you, just what you were reflecting back to them. Just like they probably reflected back to you some of the chaser energy you needed to heal, and chaser didn't come out. Chaser didn't come out. But they're evolving the butterfly, healing the inner child and growth with these two cards. All right? That's really good. I just got chills. I just got goosebumps. That's really good. So they are transforming this, but they could still be in that gooey cocoon dissolving, the dissolving of their old self. I hope to think that this person is having realizations about some of their golden mirror tendencies. What's on the bottom? We have both, so there is progress here. Clock, needs time, takes time, cycles. So this person still needs a bit of time, which is what I was hearing. That makes sense. So I'm feeling, I didn't have this deck set out, but I'm feeling really called to get this deck, which I only get when someone's feeling gloomy. So I'm just going to shuffle it once. We have kerosene, Aries energy, aggressive. This person could have been really aggressive, unpredictable. They could have been very reactive. So I'm just going to get a few cards for your person to see how they're feeling. This is about your person, not you. Even though I want to focus on you, we have 50-50. So it feels like this person is, you know, I'm hearing maybe they're going back and forth, like they're 50-50 in thinking that you would ever give them another chance, I'm hearing. And we have eclipse, and it says conceal, masking. More Aries energy. Eclipse could be symbolic union of opposites, temporarily blocked, and it says masking and concealing, which is what I was getting with my download. So let's see what your person, how your person is doing. Let's look at this divine masculine. All right. So we have the yacht. That's Gemini energy. They could be traveling. Self-indulgent. Okay, that's good. So yachts could be symbolic, or boats. Maybe your person sails. But this is about, it reminds me of the boat cards. So progressing, growth. But this also talks about self-indulgent. And we had that self-indulgent card come out. And not in a negative way. This person is realizing it's time to do some shadow work. It's time to focus on themselves. Do that shadow work. We have changing. At this time, the situation is changing. Anything could happen. Now I'm hearing that song by, is it Ellie Gould? Anything can happen. Anything can happen. So maybe you have fives, 2 5s here. So May could be symbolic, or May 5th, but 5s are about change. And we have it's time. It's time for action. Things are fast-tracked to unfold quickly and smoothly. So that is really good, because it's giving me the energy that this person is realizing it's finally time to start their healing journey. It's finally time to start doing the shadow work. This is really good. 8. August could be symbolic. August 5th, May 8th, 1985, 1955. Let's get a few more for your person. For your person. That wanted to... Okay, it did want to come out. All right, so let's see your person's energy. Interesting. On the bottom, this is what we have on the bottom. Both of them came out into my hands. Pisces energy. Flamingos could be symbolic. Milk could be symbolic. My heart's pumping all of a sudden. Soulmates, lovers, union, attraction, long-term potential, displays of affection, charm, the it factor, 2 of a kind, alluring, and we have spilled milk, regret, disappointed, cleanup time. So your person is in regret, crying over spilled milk. It's giving me 5 of Cups energy. Another 5. So we have 3 5s here. Your person could have been very stubborn when it came to healing or seeing their reflection, but they're in regret here over, like, you have the it factor. They're seeing you as the Empress. They're regretting letting you go is what I'm hearing. We have the Phoenix, transformation. Beautiful. Transformation, eternal soul, renew, resurrection, rebirth, destroy, rising from the ashes, emerge, new era, alchemy, transmutation, ascension. The end is just the beginning. So they're starting to Phoenix here. They're starting to see the truth of their own reflection is what I'm hearing. We have Sapphire, more Gemini energy. Mental force, spiritual insight, hope and faith, wise judgment, power, strength, kindness, life of the party. This person could have been life of the party, extroverted, motivated, precious, valued. So this person sees you as someone very precious, highly valued. And it's interesting because I feel like in the past your person was operating from a place of fear and ego rather than power and strength. And to me, it's easier to act from a place of ego or not to me, but to some people. Hang on. The song Don't Worry About a Thing, every little thing is going to be all right. Is that a Bob Marley song? Isn't Waiting in Vain a Bob Marley song? Bob Marley could be symbolic, or the name Bob, or Jamaica. Anyway, what I was saying is that for some people, it's easier to act from a place of ego and protect themselves and push people away and deny and deflect. It takes much more inner strength and power to look within and face yourself. And I feel like that's your person is starting to phoenix out of that ego and fear and starting to step into their power and strength. We have mirror. Oh my gosh. I couldn't see these because they were face down. Mirror, Cancer energy. Self-aware, seeing clearly, ego, facing issues, self-assessment, self-improvement, insecure. So they are feeling insecure because I feel like they're finally seeing themselves in the mirror. I said that. Making comparisons. So this person could be comparing themselves to you. You know, maybe you're someone who's farther along in your journey. Maybe that dragonfly, like maybe you've finally gone up to the light and they're watching you go up to that light and they're like, I want to go up there. And look, reflection, obsessed, narcissistic tendencies, self-love, self-appreciation. This is their energy. So they're finally starting to see themselves clearly. Dear John, rejection, cold, hard truth. They're taking a cold, good, hard look at or whatever the expression is, at themselves in the mirror right now. And that can break a person down when they finally have that epiphany and they see, whoa, I was not acting in a good way. They have regret here. They see you as someone very valuable and they have a lot of regret here and it's hit them like a ton of bricks. Rejection, cold hard truth, breaking up, boundaries, strained connection. It's not you, it's me. And I feel like in the past, this person made you feel like it was you and not them. And now they're seeing the cold, hard truth. They're looking in that mirror and they're seeing it wasn't them, it was me. And we have bedroom. Oh my goodness. Alone time. Well, that's good. It does say like sexual fulfillment and intimacy, but it also says sleep, nap, sleep on it, alone time, retiring. So it's almost like I'm seeing a breakup. Another 5. You have 4 5s. All about change. But this is giving me 4 of Swords energy. Someone who's spending a lot of time in bed. Like I said, when you look in that mirror and you see yourself clearly and you're more self-aware, it can be hard to look at yourself, especially when you look back at how you treated people. So this person could be spending a lot of time in bed. I also was hearing the name John. And this says, Dear John, and it says, maybe you said this. Dear John, I think it's best for us to go our separate ways. I want to see how they're feeling about you through this deck. Well, this is very possible. Someone here could be a biker or a lone wolf. All right. How are they feeling about you? How are they feeling about you? They're seeing you as, that's interesting. This says winter. So something about winter. There could be a memory about winter, or maybe that's when you met. Maybe that's when you separated. I was also getting winter dates in my downloads. December 8th, 18th, January 8th. This also says the crone, which I believe in some decks, the crone is the queen. And if I'm not right, is it the king or the queen? I don't know. I don't remember. But I heard they're seeing you as a king or queen. Sagittarius, Aquarius, Pisces. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. We have castle, pride, recognition, position. So they feel like you have a very strong foundation. Castles are symbolic of foundation. Praise for achievements. So they could see you shining right now. Wealth, ancestry. You could be more well off than them. You could make more money than them. You could be more successful. Maybe you have a house and they don't. On guard. So they could feel like you're guarding your energy right now. Boundaries. Oh, we have old car. So Pisces energy. So how are they feeling about you? Wary, exhaustion, old habits die hard, the good old days, family patterns, back in time, stuck in the past, nostalgia. So they're feeling very nostalgic about you. Anam Cara, unconditional love, romance, soulmates, uncommon bond, devoted, always, tenderness, always by Bon Jovi could be symbolic. Timeless, constant, affection, best friends, epiphanation. No, that's not a word. Appreciation. Epiphany. Unchanging, infinite love. That is so interesting because isn't that some sort of Celtic thing? And I have this Celtic thing on here. That's how they're feeling about you. They did, the Empress came out for how they were feeling about you, remember? For how they feel about you, Leo energy could be symbolic. Innovation, imagination. So you're someone with a big imagination. You could have a bit of magician energy. You could be very smart, mastermind, inspired ideas. Okay to fail. So I feel like they look at you as someone who's okay to make mistakes and okay to fail. And it gives you power to improve. Whereas some people feel like when they make a mistake, it's the end of the world. And sometimes people like that can project out. So I'm going to use a very specific example. You know, in my house rules, I have, it's okay to make mistakes. I believe it's okay to make mistakes. That's how we learn. But this person, if they feel like it's not okay to make mistakes, even though they say they don't feel that way, what I'm hearing is they could have projected onto you that, I'm hearing they were projecting onto you that you were criticizing them or that you felt like it wasn't okay for them to make a mistake. And I don't, anyway, I'm hearing projection. So cross, sacrifice, down for the cause, release, let go, giving up, surrender. So they feel like you've given up. They feel like you've let go of them. They feel like you've surrendered them for your greater good. Heed the call. So you could be working towards your mission. Maybe they see you working towards your mission, but puts others first. So they, remember with the starfish, I was saying maybe this person feels like you put them in front of everything else. You prioritized them, and then you stuck the things you loved, your dreams, on the back burner to prioritize them. They see you as someone who puts others first, which is a beautiful energy, but at times it can become self-sacrificing. Like, for example, this is an example that's coming to my mind. When you're on a plane and they're going through the safety explanation, and they say, make sure to put on your mask before you try and help others. There was a time where I believed I would never do that. I would always help other people put their masks on, and I learned that's unhealthy. So you can't take care of others until you take care of yourself. But anyway, we are going to get into their feelings. And these may be feelings about how they're feeling about themselves, because I feel like this person is doing a lot of self-reflection right now. All right, so I'm going to shuffle this deck and we're going to see what comes out. Disappointed, sad, unfulfilled, discontent. This is how they're feeling. Could be how you're feeling too, I'm hearing. One more shuffle. Weak, worn down, empty, not strong, helpless, vulnerable. Interesting. They could be feeling weak after taking that cold, hard look at themselves. And it says defenses down. So in the past, maybe this person's defenses were up. They resisted seeing themselves, seeing their reflection. Depressed on the bottom of the deck after the cut. Unhappy, sorrow, deflated. Bark, 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 bark. You know what's funny? I don't think your person's running from themselves anymore, because I'm also sick. And my nose, you know that my nose runs when we have runner energy. And my nose, even though I'm sick, has not run at all during this reading. I don't think this person is running from themselves anymore. And I think they're feeling pretty crappy about themselves and their behavior. Depressed, unhappy, sorrow, deflated, empty, grief, pain, and love. You hold a special place in their heart. They feel a deep connection with you. All right, so let's see how this person is feeling. How is this person feeling? Space. Do not disturb. So they're taking their space. They need space. Do not disturb, rebalancing. I'm getting temperance. Rethinking about the priorities they've chosen or what they've prioritized. Thinking, clearing heads, self-care, difficulties. So they're in kind of a difficult energy. They want to take action towards you. They're feeling impulsive, but they know it's not the right time. And to be honest, if this person came in right now, they'd just probably, I don't know why I'm hearing this, but they just want you to coddle them. They just want you to tell them, tell me I'm not a bad person. Like, I'm hearing they'd come in a little bit of victim mentality. I surrender my plans to the universe. Affirmation that just popped down. So they're taking space right now, which is a good thing, I think. Also taking space from other things in their life, it sounds like. Grief, lost someone they love. Remember, they're masking all this. Pain, sadness, endings, going through the motions, processing a loss, missing, crying. And you know, if this person is in that energy and they're feeling like you're the Empress, I feel like they're missing your comfort. I feel like they know if they came towards you, you'd probably comfort them. Nervous, worried, uneasy, tense, insecure, apprehensive, uncomfortable, hesitant. So they are feeling nervous about coming towards you. They're feeling hesitant. They're not, this is like a hitting rock bottom energy, or this is when you hit rock bottom and you see the light. I need to cough, hang on. Maybe they're not feeling well. Sometimes when we go through spiritual ascensions, we get flu-like symptoms. On the bottom, we have Shameless. The show Shameless could be symbolic. I feel like that's what they were like. I feel like that's what they're reflecting on, that they were coming from a place of ego. I do what I want. I say what I want. No empathy. So maybe they didn't show you any empathy for their shameless behavior. How is this person feeling? I'm not going to take all those. I'm not even going to look at them. What? Excited. That does not make sense. I need to clarify that. Excited. Oh, wow. So we have enlightened, new perspective. So they're excited that they have a new perspective. They're excited that they have a better understanding of themselves. They're excited that they're matured, that they've had this wake-up call, that they're having these realizations. Fired up. So they're excited they're finally seeing the light, is what I'm hearing. that they're finally having this wake-up call, but also disgusted. That's what I mean. It's like a light bulb has gone off and this person can't unsee their own reflection, and they're feeling disgusted and ashamed of the way they treated you, the Empress. Shocking behavior. Like they're feeling excited that they finally have a new perspective about their disgusting behavior, is what it says here. I'm seeing that card, don't be a garbage human being. Desire. So they're feeling a lot of desire towards you. Maybe that's why I wore red today. I want to see how they're feeling about themselves. I want to get specific. How do they feel about themselves? How are they feeling about themselves? How are they feeling about themselves? Ashamed. Worthless. Here's the victim mentality, okay? So here's the victim mentality, which is why I think it's a good idea that they're taking space, because that victim mentality, they need to sit in it. They feel worthless. They're really looking at themselves, okay? They're seeing the truth of their own shadows. And what I would say to this person is what I say to you guys. Your shadows don't define you. People can change. People can heal. If you are ashamed with your own behavior, change it. Heal it. If you feel worthless and like a victim, you need to heal inside. Defective. They're not defective. Our shadows don't define us. Flawed, unwanted. So they do feel, this is how they're feeling about themselves. Worthless. It's not confident energy. Ashamed, embarrassed, guilty, sorry, hanging head in shame, feeling disgraced with themselves. Disappointed in themselves. This is how they're feeling about themselves. They let themselves down. They're feeling sad about themselves. Frustrated with themselves, discontent with themselves. And again, they're in their power and strength because they're actually allowing themselves to feel these things and see these things about themselves. If they were still in their ego, they wouldn't be feeling this way about themselves. Making choices, deliberating, thinking, unsure of what to do, reflecting, time out. So they're feeling like they deserve this time out, this separation. Overwhelmed. And that's exactly what I mean about when you have an epiphany about one of your behaviors and you start thinking about all the people you hurt with that behavior, kind of like when I had my epiphany about how I push people away. It can make you feel like you feel really shitty because you didn't see it. Maybe you even denied it. Maybe you even insisted, no, I don't push people away. Goodwill Hunting could be symbolic. He was a runner or an avoidant, and she was anxiously attached. But anyway, suddenly hit hard, a lot to take on, unable to cope, stressed, burdened. And this is 10 of Wands energy. Eventually, the 10 of Wands, the weight gets heavier and heavier and heavier until you snap and you see the light, is what I'm hearing. I want to get 2 more for how they're feeling about themselves. Depressed, unhappy, sorrow, deflated, empty, unmotivated, grief, disassociating, pain. It's weird that we have that one card in there, excited. It's really strange. But like I said, maybe they're excited that they finally have had this epiphany. The pennies finally dropped, I'm hearing. Passive aggressive. I'm fine. I'm fine. That's what I was hearing. Like this person acts like they're fine, but they're not. this is how they feel about themselves, okay? So they feel like they can be passive aggressive, that they can have indirect hostility, that they can sulk and play the victim, that they can give the silent treatment, backhanded compliments, no offense, but slamming things, whatever, do what you want, you're too sensitive. That's powerful stuff. They really are seeing themselves, or their I should say they're seeing their shadows. They're seeing their unhealthy bits, right? How are they feeling about you? How are they feeling about you? That's too many. Saving face is there, avoiding feeling humiliated. So they're kind of, yeah, look, we have stop for how they're feeling about you. So they're kind of feeling like they need to save face right now. They can't let you know how they're truly feeling. So this is how they feel about you. Sensitive. They feel like you're a sensitive person, so you could be an empath. They feel like they hurt you with their words. They feel like you're very delicate. That you've taken some of the things they said to heart. Emotional. So they feel emotional over you. We have impatient. Losing patience. This is how they feel about you. So they feel like you are losing patience with them, that you've been wanting them to change, but they haven't, and that you've had enough of their slow-moving behavior. Maybe you even said some of these things to them. On the bottom, we have stop. No means no. No more. Not again. Blocking. No longer tolerating this. Leave me alone. Respect my boundaries. That's you. They feel like you've had enough. That you were patient, but you've run out of patience. You wanted change, but you ran out of patience. They feel like you've given up on them, abandoned, given up on me. How do they feel about you? That you've given up on them, that you don't want them, that you don't desire them anymore. And maybe I'm not saying you don't, but sometimes people need to realize that they can't, just because they're hurt and wounded doesn't mean it gives them a free pass to hurt and wound others, right? How are they feeling about you? Healing, in a state of healing. Putting yourself first. Everything we said. Everything we said. Introverted. Happy on your own. Focused on yourself. Hermit mode. Do not disturb. Inward looking. So they feel like you are happy being in your own energy right now. You're in a state of healing. You're healing from whatever happened between you. You're healing from whatever your wounds are, your shadows are. Regaining strength, downtime, self-care, putting yourself first. I'm hearing a glow up. You're going through a glow up. Waiting. Maybe they thought you'd wait for them. I had that download about not waiting for this person, remember? So don't wait. Don't wait. Don't wait. Keep moving forward. This is how they feel about you, like you're waiting for them to change. That you're taking a pause. They're hoping that you'll contact them. Being patient. So you have been patient here. That's what I was hearing. But that stop card, no, enough is enough, right? Especially if this person was with that golden mirror, especially if they were treating you like that. Enough is enough. I just have to tell you guys something. I was on the plane and they messed up our seats. And I specifically wanted to tell you guys about this. They messed up our seats, and so I ended up sitting alone on the way home next to two people. And I was so sick, and I was really worried about sitting next to two strangers because I'm a hermit. I'm introverted. And I ended up sitting next to this elderly couple, and she clearly had dementia or Alzheimer's or something. But the love that he showed her, she asked him the same question over and over and over again for an hour. And every time he would answer her with patience. He packed a lunch for her. And when she said, "What is it? Is it good?" And he explained what it was. She's like, "Do I even like that?" He's like, "Yes, you eat that all the time." When she went to the bathroom, he would either take her or he would stand up on the plane and turn around and watch her to make sure she got to the bathroom okay and that she was coming out. The love, that's unconditional love. And I was in tears on the plane. I was in tears, and I looked over at my partner, and he's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not okay." I didn't let her see me crying, but it was so sad, but so beautiful at the same time. And I feel like that's what we should all be striving for. That should be our standards. Like, that is love. I'll never forget it. Anyway, that's what we should all be striving for. We all deserve that type of love. All right. I'm just going to get a few out of this deck before I get tarot, because I grabbed it, so there's a reason I grabbed it. Distance, separation, so they're feeling the distance. You could be at a physical distance, emotional distance. Anyway, he never made her feel bad. He took care of her. Second chance, reconciliation, making amends, wanting new opportunities with you. First card on the bottom. Mistakes, they know they made mistakes. Mistakes and second chances. They know they made mistakes. Again, I feel like this person has had an Ace of Swords moment about all this, and they're finally seeing it clearly. All right, how is this person feeling? Twin flame. So even if they don't know what a twin flame is, they're definitely feeling a once-in-a-lifetime type of connection with you. Reflection, so they're reflecting what you mirrored back to them. You could have even told them about twin flames. We have shallow, so they're feeling like there's something missing in their life, like there's a void in their life. Maybe they were a bit shallow. That's one of the things they're reflecting on. Or, twin flame and shallow, that their life feels empty without you. Fantasy, daydreaming, imagining, fantasizing about you. Purple roses could be symbolic. Divine feminine! I do not chase, I attract. I know my worth. I know what I deserve. Divine feminine. And if they feel like you're the Empress, nobody compares to you. Nothing compares to you. That song. Let's just get a few more. How are they feeling? That they rejected a loyal person. Pain. Apprehensive, afraid, cautious. So they are in pain here. They're cautious and apprehensive and afraid to approach you. Queen of Swords, maybe because of those boundaries. But we have loyalty. These two came out together. RL could be symbolic. DF. I was TS, ST. But they're feeling like they rejected and abandoned someone loyal, or they hurt someone loyal. They feel like you were very loyal to them. and they dismissed you. One day, there it is. One day, someday, I'll say I'm sorry. Someday I'll reach out. Not today. Someday. Sometime. Another time. So they know that one day they want to return. Sorrow, loss, grief, depression. 2 more. 2 more. Only you. Devoted, attached, crave. We have clinging, holding on, obsessing, spying. I don't like that image, so I'm not going to show it to you. It's got like someone with a plastic bag over their head. I'm not going to show you that. No, thank you. And we have broken. Look, their reflection, or who they thought they were, that's been broken. Shattered, heartbroken, destroyed. But look at that broken mirror. All right, the letter B could be symbolic. Tarot. Tarot time. Tarot time. I got a new deck that if the light stays light enough for, I might just get a couple cards for a different reading. Judgment on the bottom. Wake up call. Wake up call. So we're going to look at their energy. Devil in reverse. That's good. Becoming more self-aware. Healing unhealthy, toxic patterns, addictions. That's good. That's good. Capricorn energy. So I'm just going to look at your person, and then we're going to see how they're feeling about you. 3 of Swords. Mr. Crow is here. Those crows, they never gave up on me when I went away. I fed them, and it took a little while for them to come around, but within an hour, they realized I was home. But what broke my heart is when I came home and I looked on my back deck, there were all these moss bundles on my back deck that they had left me. It was like, where are you? Come feed us. We'll bring you moss. So, their overarching energy, I want to say 3 of Swords, pain, heartbreak, separation, wanting to apologize, wanting your forgiveness. All right, so show me this person's energy. They want to come out. We have the World in reverse, the 7 of Cups in reverse, the Tower. See? This is their current energy. Come on. Upheaval. Destruction. Things crashing down around them. Listen, there's a crow in this image. Transformation. There's also an eagle. So they're being thrown into the fire for the sake of their own transformation. They could be going through some karma here, divine intervention. But it's like this person's perception of themselves has crashed down, who they thought they were. And we have 7 of Cups in reverse, the World in reverse. So they're feeling very unfulfilled. They feel like something in their life is missing. They feel like they took you for granted. They don't have closure. But they're gaining clarity. 7 of Cups in reverse. This is someone who's gaining clarity but is not yet ready to take action towards you. They're avoiding taking action towards you right now, even though they have this clarity. And the Tower, the dust has settled. You know, this person is having revelations about themselves. And I don't know if you've ever had any kind of revelation about yourself, but it can be, I'm hearing the word destabilizing. So lots of chaos that has brought clarity to them, but they're not yet ready to come forward. Still taking space, remember that. Let's get another one. Their current energy. We have the 4 of Pentacles. So they're feeling very insecure about stepping up here. They're feeling very insecure if they can be this divine masculine. I feel like that's what they're starting to transform into. What's interesting is I always call the Four of Pentacles the baby emperor. So I feel like this baby emperor is birthing, not talking about gender, but that they're starting to have a revelation that they need to be this. Feeling very insecure here with the Four of Pentacles, not really knowing how to let go of you. They could be struggling financially, especially with their business, like with the emperor. Is your person an umpire? Maybe baseball's symbolic. They definitely have new perspectives. Look at this, Eight of Swords in reverse, new perspectives. So they're surrendering. I'm hearing they're surrendering to their divine masculine journey. They're heading up towards that light, the dragonfly. They have a new perspective that they've been this baby emperor when they need to be that. All right, but feeling insecure, holding back, wearing a mask. I want to see how they're feeling about themselves. How are they feeling about themselves? One more. Both face down. They don't want to tell me. Foolish, immature, Fool in reverse. Nine of Pentacles. That is interesting. So they know it's time to grow up. They know it's time to mature. And remember, that was coming through when I asked about how they were feeling about themselves. That they've had a wake-up call and it's time to grow up. But they feel about themselves that they were acting from an immature place, that they had a fear of commitment. Fool in reverse. This is how they're feeling about themselves. Maybe they had a fear of giving up independence. Look how dark it's getting all of a sudden. It's not dark yet. That they were reckless, careless, distracted, naive, foolish, dull. Right now they're seeing more of their negative characteristics, which makes sense because that's what was coming through in that deck. And that they didn't consider the potential consequences for their actions. King of Cups is in reverse on the bottom for how they're feeling about themselves. So they could have been emotionally manipulative. Maybe they don't handle intense emotion well. So it comes out as a reaction. Also low effort. So they know they weren't putting in effort here. Let's see how they're feeling about you. That just came out too, Three of Swords. How are they feeling about you? Oh my gosh, it's so dark. Oh. Oh my gosh, that looks like the couple I saw on the plane. Two of Cups, focus. So they do feel love for you. Partnership with you. Mutual feelings. They know that they need to have an honest conversation with you. But this, for how they feel about you, they definitely feel like you've released the past version of this connection. Because look at that, stop the war. So you could have tried to stop this, but the Ten of Wands in reverse, you know, I talked about them with the Ten of Wands. The straw that broke the camel's back. So I feel like you had enough of possibly mind games, manipulation, arguments, self-sabotage, and you put this load down, you released it. How are they feeling about you? Ace, epiphany. They've had an epiphany about you. Look. Ace of Swords, that's what I kept saying. And that you had a breakthrough about them and you released them. Devil in reverse, so you could have been the one that planted the seed about being more self-aware. And that if they're going to communicate with you, they need to come in not in toxic energy. I'm just going to turn my light on. Hold on. All right. I want to see how they're perceiving you. How are they perceiving you? High Priestess. Oh my goodness. The Magician. I said that I was saying that they could see you as the Magician. So they see you as someone who is very innovative, an alchemist. You can transform things. You could manifest things really easily. You could know how to make things happen for yourself. You have a lot of willpower. But High Priestess. So they feel like you are very intuitive. Maybe you saw through some of their shadows, right? They feel like you're silent and guarded right now and working on yourself. Look at that. Very mysterious energy, very intuitive, very magical. You could be a light worker. Let's look at their current intentions towards you, because it feels like their intentions are to keep taking space. So their intentions are to heal, to rekindle your hope for a future. They want to heal their past wounds here. That's their intention. I feel before coming towards you, before reaching out. We have the Six of Pentacles. So there's something about wanting to heal some of their wounds before they reach out to you so that they can give you equal give and take and reciprocity. They could also be wanting to get help with healing their past wounds from like a mentor or a therapist or something with that Six of Pentacles energy. Let's get another one for intentions. You know, their intentions are to stop crying over spilled milk. Remember that spilled milk card? Because right now they're kind of sitting in a pile of milk crying. Eight of Pentacles. So they do want to invest in themselves before coming forward and investing in you. Eight of Pentacles is about a renewal and commitment, and Judgment is about a renewal and a resurrection. So they want to be able to come forward and show you that they've done a lot of self-evaluation so that they can resurrect something with you here. Let's see what action they're going to be taking towards you. We do have the Six of Swords. I hope not. Ugh, that came out in a reading the other day. The Page of Cups, in reverse. Ew. So this shows someone who's I'm going to clarify this card because this does show someone coming in a kind of childish behavior. But Six of Swords is on the bottom, so I feel like this could be a sign that they're moving, when they reach out to you, that they've moved into calmer waters and are not coming in this. But this came out in a reading the other day in reverse. So we'll need to confirm it. Page of Cups in reverse. It could be that they come in with like no vulnerability. And what I mean by that is they could just say like, hi, or send you a meme or something to see if you'll even respond. And that in itself is a little bit immature. Insecurity. So it feels like they come, I'm going to confirm this, but if they do come towards you, they're coming in fearing failure. So if they come towards you, you may see them in self-doubt. And remember what I said, they may come in wanting you to like tell them everything's going to be okay. And to coddle them a little. I'd just be careful with that one. Because, yes, you want to nurture them, I'm sure, but the last thing you want to do is kind of stroke their ego. They need to heal that ego, is what I'm hearing. But let's just confirm that. Action. Can we confirm that action, please? Oh. Four of Cups in reverse. Nine of Swords in reverse. Justice. Okay. Okay. So they're coming in to take accountability for their immature behavior. Justice. This is an apology. This is them. Look at that mirror. So I feel like they're going to take accountability for what they've seen in their own reflection. We have the Nine of Swords, a healing conversation. They're coming in wanting to heal and recover this, wanting to alleviate their stress. So yes, they might be afraid with that Page of Cups in reverse, but they want to alleviate it by talking with you, by having a healing conversation. We have the Four of Cups in reverse, which is showing someone coming towards you with clarity and awareness, wanting to put in effort. So I feel like this Page of Cups in reverse, when I clarified it, they want to have an honest conversation about what they've realized about themselves. They want to take accountability for that immature behavior, which is good. I want to see your connecting energy in December and January. This is timeless, so if you're not watching it at the time I filmed it, the next 2 months, because I was hearing those dates. July 19th could be symbolic. Let's look at the next 2 months, the connecting energy between you. Connecting energy between you the next 2 months. Face down. So we have the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Knight of Swords, Queen of Wands. So the next 2 months, I don't think you're going to be hearing from this person, and I'll tell you why. Because the Queen of Wands is that glow up energy that I keep getting for you. And please, someone said that my readings aren't gender neutral, and just because I get male names or I talk about male occupations, which last time I checked, women could be firefighters and women could be bosses. But anyway, my readings truly are gender neutral. I never gender my readings. And just because I'm saying this is you and this is them is not me gendering the both of you, because these cards are not about gender. They are about energy. And based on the reading I did, this is glow up energy. This is confidence. This is like stepping into your creativity. And I asked specifically about both of your energies in the next 2 months. Then we've got this, oh look, it's another firefighter. Then we've got this Knight of Swords, which does talk about wanting to take action. Someone has a lot they want to say to you. It's kind of like running into a burning building. But we have the Seven of Pentacles on the bottom, so that shows waiting. So it feels like you're going through a glow up. Who cares what the gender is? You're going through a glow up. This person is wanting to come in towards you, but waiting for the right time. Because remember, in the feelings, in the emotion cards I got, they want to come towards you, but they don't want to take any hasty action towards you. And I feel like part of this was part of the problem in the past. I feel like this was them in the past, emotionally reactive. So they don't want to repeat that. So I feel like they're waiting to take action towards you in the next 1 to 2 months. Let's just confirm though, that Seven of Pentacles makes me feel like there's a bit of a wait, or they want to come rushing in, but they know it's going to be smarter to wait and heal and come in more mature. They could be younger than you. And like I said, Queen of Wands, that just shows you standing in your power. Okay. let's just confirm these two cards. Knight of Pentacles, there's a delay here. Knight of Pentacles in reverse, 1973 could be symbolic. We do have the Magician, but there's a delay. There's a delay in whatever you're manifesting here. And don't try and rush that manifestation. Like, don't you go chasing, because this gives me chaser energy. Don't you start chasing again, my friend. But it feels like there's a delay in communication because we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So it's this communication slowly coming towards you, your manifestation slowly coming towards you, but there is a delay here. Let's go 3 to 4 months, and then I'll stop asking, Spirit. The next 3 to 4 months, connected energy between the two of you. Isn't that interesting? We have Judgment, the Emperor, and the Sun. So we have the Sun, something happy, the Yes card, fulfillment. We have Judgment, a resurrection, a renewal, an honest conversation, and then we have the Emperor. There's a lot of divine masculine energy there. Something that's going to make you very happy. You're going to see that this person has done a lot of self-evaluation. And if you're worried about the timing, if you want it in the next 1 to 2 months and you hear 3 to 4 months and you're like, that's too long, that's a bit of distorted energy and wanting to control the timing. And I was going to say, when this came out, would you rather have this or the Emperor? And then the Emperor came out. So now I'm definitely going to say it. Would you rather have this tomorrow? Someone who might be highly reactive and repeat some of those things that they were doing that they're so shameful about? Or would you rather wait 3 to 4 months and have the Emperor? Someone who will take the lead, someone who will step up, someone who will take accountability. And I keep thinking of that old couple on the plane. Would you rather have someone that's going to take care of you? Just my advice. What is your advice? Advice for you. That's some pretty good advice. We have Temperance in reverse. So with advice, you usually take it in the upright. But Temperance in the reverse, there is a message here about being patient and about standing in your boundaries. I'm getting a very strong message that if you worried about putting up boundaries, if you destroyed this, you did not. It was you putting up boundaries that caused this energy to rebalance, and for them to rebalance because they had a card about rebalancing. The Nine of Wands is about you're wounded and weary from battle, but you persevere with hope and determination. It's about the final push. You're closer than you think. The Nine of Wands. You're almost there. And then we have the Eight of Cups. So there's another... You were accepting less than you deserved here, and I feel like you had to release it. You had to let go in order for this to rebalance. So if you have regret or you're having a bad day and you start questioning everything, did I do the right thing? You did do the right thing. This is also kind of reminding me of that message that I was getting, like, don't wait to walk away from things waiting for your counterpart to come back. This card can be about staying in a bad situation or a loveless connection because you have a fear of being alone. So I feel like you had to walk away from this and put up boundaries in order to rebalance the energy. So don't feel bad about doing that. All right, I'm just going to get a couple channeled messages for you. Whoops. Channeled messages for you. Channeled messages from this person. Love is a lesson worth learning. All right. Cut the deck. Will you find it in your heart to forgive me after all this time? I am afraid you will not give me a second chance. That came out a lot during this reading. So what does this person want to say to you? All right. I feel safer hiding and watching you from a distance. My life is a big mess. The tower, remember? And I am working hard to fix it so I can be free. Please be patient with me. Can you hear me sending you telepathic messages? I feel you listen to my innermost thoughts. So I feel like this person is even like thinking about you, talking to you in their head. I have been researching, shows what I know. They had the twin flame card come out. I have been researching soulmates and twin flames. I know more than you think I do. You could have even mentioned it to them, and maybe they had an intuitive urge to look up what that meant. I didn't have the best upbringing, and my only vision of a relationship was an unhealthy one. And that's the thing about a lot of our shadows and wounding, is it's programmed into us. So I always say I'm not making excuses for people, but I can also understand if someone grew up with a parent who was always gaslighting them, then that would have become a learned behavior for them. I am learning many spiritual lessons because of you. This journey has been a roller coaster. That's an understatement. I am scared to let you too close to me and for you to find out my secrets. Remember I said this person was masking. Let's get a couple more. I want to show you who I really am, but I am afraid to let my guard down on the bottom. You've changed me for the better. I am breaking generational curses and moving towards you. That's good. I am planning on reaching out to explain why I went quiet, and I hope you are willing to listen. So they're already planning this. God brought you into my life for a reason. I am trying to understand the purpose of our connection. So my friends, I'm going to leave it there, but I am sending you lots of love and light, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.